What's up, guys, and welcome back to my next video. Hope you're having a great beginning of the week and doing great in general. Alright, so we're gonna continue with Seneca's letters from a Stoic as usual, and today it's gonna be the letter 32 on progress. So let's get started. I have been asking about you and inquiring of everyone who comes from your part of the country what you're doing and where you're spending your time and with whom. You cannot deceive me, for I'm with you. Live just as if I were sure to get news of your doings, nay, as if I were sure to behold them. And if you wonder what particularly pleases me that I hear concerning you, it is that I hear nothing, that most of those whom I ask do not know what you're doing. This is sound practice to refrain from associating with men of different stamp and different aims, and I am indeed confident that you cannot be warped, that you will stick to your purpose, even though the crowd may surround and seek to distract you. What then is on my mind? I'm not afraid lest they work a change in you, but I'm afraid lest they may hinder your progress. And much harm is done even by one who holds you back, especially since life is so short, and we make it still shorter by our unsteadiness, by making even ever fresh beginnings at life, now one and immediately another. We break up life into little bits and fritter it away. Hasten ahead, then, dearest Lucius, and reflect how greatly you would quicken your speed if an enemy were at your back, or if you suspected the cavalry were approaching and pressing hard upon your steps as you fled. It is true, the enemy is indeed pressing upon you. You should therefore increase your speed and escape away and reach a safe position, remembering continually what a noble thing it is to round out your life before death comes, and then await in peace the remaining portion of your time, claiming nothing for yourself, since you are in possession of the happy life. For such a life is not made happier for being longer. Or when shall you see the time when you shall know that time means nothing to you, when you shall be peaceful and calm, careless of the morrow, because you're enjoying your life to the full? Would you know what makes man greedy for the future? It is because no one has yet found himself. Your parents, to be sure, ask other blessings for you, but I myself pray rather than you may despise all those things which your parents wished for you in abundance. Their prayers plunder many another person, simply that you may be enriched. Whatever they make over to you must be removed from someone else. I pray that you may get such control over yourself that your mind, now shaken by wandering thoughts, may at least come to rest and be steadfast, that it may be content with itself, and having attained an understanding of what things are truly good, and they are in our possession as soon as we have this knowledge, that it may have no need of added years. That it may have no need of added years. He has at length passed beyond all necessities. He has won his honorable discharge and is free, who still lives after his life has been completed. Farewell. Alright, guys, we're gonna move on and read one more letter. 33 on the futility of learning maxims. You wish me to close these letters also, as I close my former letters with certain utterances taken from the chiefs of our school, but they did not interest themselves in choice extracts. The whole texture of their work is full of strength. There is a heaviness, when some objects rise conspicuous above others. A single tree is not remarkable if the whole forest rises to the same height. Poetry is crammed. Poetry is crammed with utterances of this sort, and so is history. For this reason, I would not have you think that these utterances belong to Epicurus. They are common property and are emphatically our own. They are, however, more noteworthy in Epicurus because they appear at infrequent intervals and when you do not expect them, and because it is surprising that brave words should be spoken at any time by a man who made a practice of being effeminate. For that is what most persons maintain. In my own opinion, however, Epicurus is really a brave man, even though he did wear long sleeves. Fortitude, energy, and readiness for battle are to be found among the Persians just as much as among men who have girded themselves up high. Therefore, you need not call upon for extracts and quotations, since therefore you need not call upon me for extracts and quotations. Such thoughts as one may extract here and there in the works of other philosophers run through the whole body of our writings. Hence we have no show window goods, nor do we deceive the purchaser in such way that if he enters our shop, he will find nothing except that which is displayed in the window. We allow the purchasers themselves to get their samples from anywhere they please. Suppose we should desire to sort out each separate motto from general stock. To whom shall we credit them? To Zeno, Clanthus, Chrysippus, Panetius, or Posidonius? We Stoics are not subjects of a despot. Each of us lays claim to his own freedom. With them, on the other hand, whatever Hermarchus says on Metrodorus is ascribed to one source. In the brotherhood, everything that any man utters is spoken under the leadership and commanding authority of one alone. We cannot, I maintain, no matter how we try, pick out anything from so great a multitude of things equally good. Only the poor man counts his flock. Wherever you direct your gaze, you will meet with something that might stand out from the rest if the context in which you read it were not equally notable. For this reason, give our give over hoping that you can skim by means of epitomes, the wisdom of distinguished men. Look into their wisdom as a whole. Study it as a whole. They are working out a plan and weighing together, line upon line, a masterpiece from which nothing can be taken away without injury to the whole. Examine the separate parts, if you like, provided you examine them as parts of the man himself. She is not a beautiful woman whose ankle or arm is praised, but she whose general appearance makes you forget to admire her single attributes. If you insist, however, I shall not be niggardly with you, but lavish, for there is a huge multitude of these passages. They are scattered about in profusion. They do not need to be gathered together, but merely to be picked up. They do not drift from forth occasionally, they flow continuously. They are unbroken and are closely connected. Doubtless, they would be of much benefit to those who are still novices and worshipping outside the shrine. For single maxims sink in more easily when they are marked off and bounded like a line of verse. That is why we give to children a proverb, or that which the Greeks called chira, to be learned by heart. That sort of things can be comprehended by the young mind, which cannot as yet hold more. For a man, however, whose progress is definite, to chase after choice extracts, and to prop his weakness by the best known and the briefest saying, and to depend upon his memory is disgraceful. It is time for him to lean on himself. He should make such maxims and not memorize them. For it is disgraceful even for an old man or one who has sighted old age to have a notebook knowledge. This is what Xenos said. But what have you yourself said? This is the opinion of Cleanthes. But what is your own opinion? How long shall you march under another man's orders? Take command and utter some word which posterity will remember. Put forth something from your own stock. For this reason, I hold that there is nothing of eminence in all such men as these, who never create anything themselves, but always lurk in the shadow of others, playing the role of interpreters, never daring to put once into practice what they have been so long in learning. They have exercised their memories on other man's material, But it is one thing to remember, another to know. Remembering is merely safeguarding something entrusted to the memory. Knowing, however, means making everything your own. It means not depending upon a copy and not all the time glancing back at the master. Thus said Zena, thus said Clanthus. Indeed. Let there be a difference between yourself and your book. How long shall you be a learner? From now on, be a teacher as well. From now on, be a teacher as well. But why? One asks, should I have to continue hearing lectures on what I can read? The living voice on replies. The living voice on replies is a great help, perhaps, but not the voice which merely makes itself the mouthpiece, of another's words, and only performs the duty of a reporter. Consider that this fact also. Those who have never attained their mental independence begin, in the first place, by following the leader in cases where everyone deserted the leader. And then, in the second place, they follow him in matters where the truth is still being investigated. However, the truth will never be discovered if we rest contented with discoveries already made. Besides, he who follows another not only discovers nothing, but is not even investigating. What then? Shall I not follow in the footsteps of my predecessors? I shall indeed use the old road, but if I find one that makes a shorter cut and is smoother to travel, I shall open the new road. Men who have made these discoveries before us are not our masters but our guides. Truth lies open for all. It has not yet been monopolized, and there is a plenty of it left for the posterity to discover. Farewell. Alright, guys. So we've done with 2 letters. That's good progress for today. See you tomorrow on the next one. Thank you. Bye.